A fall is the number one event that forces a senior transition. Not a diagnosis, not a conversation, a fall. And most families are completely unprepared for what happens in the 72 hours after it. The hospital moves fast. The discharge planner moves fast. And if you don't know what questions to ask, decisions get made for you, not by you. I've watched this play out dozens of times. Here's what nobody tells families. Within the first 12 hours, you're going to hear a lot of terms thrown at you. Observation status, inpatient admission, skilled nursing. And most families just nod because they're scared and they trust the system. Here's what you need to know. Observation status and inpatient admission are not the same thing. If your parent is under observation, that time does not count toward the 3-day inpatient stay that Medicare requires before it covers a skilled nursing facility. And skilled nursing runs $300 to $600 a day. A typical rehab stay can cost over $10,000 out of pocket if Medicare won't cover it. That's a difference nobody explains to you in the ER. So the first thing you do, before anything else, ask the admitting nurse or doctor, is my parent being admitted as inpatient or are they under observation? Write it down. If it's observation, you can ask the doctor to change the status to inpatient. The doctor makes that call based on medical necessity, and they can be overruled by the hospital's utilization review committee. But you should still ask. Most families never do. And as of 2025, if your parent was admitted as inpatient and the hospital later changed them to observation status, you now have the right to a fast appeal through Medicare. That's new. Look up Medicare Observation Status Appeal or check the link in the description. The second thing, the hospital social worker or discharge planner is going to come talk to you within 24 to 48 hours. They'll hand you a list of skilled nursing facilities and rehab centers. That list is not curated for quality. It is a list of places with available beds. That's it. Don't assume that being on the hospital's list means it's a good facility. Here's where it gets real. Hospitals are incentivized to discharge as fast as possible. The DRG payment system means they get paid a flat rate per diagnosis. Once treatment is done, every extra day costs them money. So you're going to feel pressure. We need to talk about discharge planning. We need a decision by tomorrow. There's a bed available at this facility, but it won't be available long. That pressure is real, but here's what they don't tell you. You have the right to appeal a discharge decision. When you're admitted, the hospital is required to give you a notice called an important message from Medicare about your rights. Read that document. It tells you how to request a fast appeal through something called a BFCC-QIO, which stands for Beneficiary and Family-Centered Care Quality Improvement Organization. If you file that appeal by the day you're scheduled to be discharged, your parent can stay in the hospital while the review happens, and you won't be charged for that extra time beyond normal copays. The QIO has to give you a decision within 1 day of getting the case. Most families never even read that notice. I'm not saying be difficult. I'm saying don't let urgency replace judgment. A bad placement in the first 72 hours can take months to undo. While you're dealing with the hospital, the house is sitting there, and this is where I see families make expensive mistakes. If your parent lived alone, somebody needs to secure the property within 24 hours. That means checking locks, adjusting the thermostat, making sure the stove is off, getting the mail. Basic stuff, but it gets forgotten in the chaos. Do not start making decisions about the house yet. I've seen families call a realtor from the hospital waiting room. I've seen families call a We Buy Houses company because they panicked about paying for 2 places at once. That's the worst possible time to make a real estate decision. The house isn't going anywhere. Your parents' care decision is what matters in the first 72 hours. The house conversation happens in week 2 or 3, not day 1. With my construction and real estate background, I can tell you every dollar you lose on a panic sale is a dollar that could have gone towards your parents' care. I've seen families leave $30,000 to $50,000 and more on the table because they rushed. The other thing nobody prepares you for is the family part. A fall brings every sibling, every in-law, every opinion out of the woodwork. And usually the person who lives closest ends up making all the decisions, while the person who lives farthest away has the strongest opinions. Here's my advice. Within the first 48 hours, one person needs to be designated as the point of contact with medical staff. One person, not 3 people calling the nurse's station. And one conversation needs to happen between siblings. What does mom or dad actually want? Not what's convenient, not what's cheapest. What does your parent want? If nobody knows the answer, that's a sign this conversation should have happened 6 months ago. But you're here now. Start with what you know. Let me give you the quick version, the checklist. Hour 1 through 12, confirm inpatient versus observation status. Write it down. Ask for the attending physician's name. Start a notes document on your phone for every conversation. Hour 12 through 24, secure the house. Notify one trusted neighbor. Locate your parents' insurance cards, medication lists, and any advance directives. If you don't know where these are, that's okay. Ask your parent if they're alert enough. Check the filing cabinet, the kitchen drawer, the bedside table. Hour 24 through 48. Read the important message from Medicare notice they gave you at admission. Talk to the discharge planner. Get the facility list. Research every option before agreeing. Call each facility and ask, what's your CMS star rating? What's your staff to patient ratio? What does my parents' insurance actually cover here? If you disagree with the discharge timeline, file the BFCC-QIO appeal before the scheduled discharge date. Hour 48 through 72, family sync. One point of contact designated. Talk about what your parent wants. Don't talk about the house yet. This is the kind of stuff I built the senior transition blueprint around, not theory, checklists, scripts, the actual questions to ask. Because when you're standing in a hospital hallway at 2 a.m., you don't need a philosophy. You need a plan. I've got a free starter guide that walks you through the first steps. Link is in the description. And if you want the full 19-module blueprint with all 60 plus tools, checklists, and scripts, that link is there too. If this helped, share it with someone whose parents are over 65. One share could save a family from a $50,000 mistake.